SpaceX. In full Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, American aerospace company founded in 2002 that helped usher in the era of commercial spaceflight. It was the first private company to successfully launch and return a spacecraft from Earth orbit and the first to launch a crewed spacecraft and dock it with the International Space Station, ISS. Headquarters are in Hawthorne, California. SpaceX was formed by entrepreneur Elon Musk in the hopes of revolutionizing the aerospace industry and making affordable spaceflight a reality. The company entered the arena with the Falcon 1 rocket, a two-stage liquid-fueled craft designed to send small satellites into orbit. The Falcon 1 was vastly cheaper to build and operate than its competitors, a field largely populated by spacecraft built by publicly owned and government-funded companies such as Lockheed Martin and Boeing. Part of the rocket's cost-effectiveness was made possible by the SpaceX-developed Merlin engine, a cheaper alternative to those used by other companies. SpaceX also focused on making reusable rockets. In March 2006, SpaceX made its first Falcon 1 launch, which began successfully but ended prematurely because of a fuel leak and fire. By this time, however, the company had already earned millions of dollars in launching orders, many of them from the US government. In August of that year, SpaceX was a winner of a NASA competition for funds to build and demonstrate spacecraft that could potentially service the ISS after the decommissioning of the Space Shuttle. Falcon 1 launches that failed to attain Earth orbit followed in March 2007 and August 2008, but in September 2008 SpaceX became the first privately owned company to send a liquid-fueled rocket into orbit. 3 months later it won a NASA contract for servicing the ISS that was worth more than $1 billion.
Falcon 1. The Falcon 1 was an expendable launch vehicle developed privately by SpaceX. The rocket was launched for the time on March 24, 2006, with the vehicle failing 33 seconds into its maiden flight. Following 3 initial failures, the Falcon 1 became the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit on its 4th launch on September 28, 2008. The first stage of the Falcon 1 utilized a single Lux/RP-1 Merlin engine capable of 169 seconds of burn and 454 kilonewtons of thrust. The rocket's second stage was powered by the now retired SpaceX Kestrel engine. The upper stage Kestrel engine was developed specifically for the Falcon 1 and was capable 378 seconds of burn and 31 kilonewtons of thrust. The Falcon 1 was launched for the last time on July 14, 2009. Following the launch, the Falcon 1 was decommissioned in favor of the Falcon 9. An upgraded version of the Falcon 1, the F-1E, had been planned to be launched for the first time in 2011. However, when the company moved away from the smaller variant in favor of the more capable Falcon 9, the upgraded Falcon 1 was abandoned.
F-122, RCO, verify the range is green. Switching to range source.
This is RCO, the range is green.
Tell me if you're locked.
90 seconds, moving to internal power. Heaters are off.
Vehicles on internal power.
Vehicle moving to auto idle. T-minus 60 seconds. This is a startup.
TVC box check. First stage roll control check. Correct.
45.
TVC check. First stage
Water on.
tanks pressing.
Detecting stream. Seconds.
Second stage tanks pressing. First stage tank pressure nominal. Second
50.
stage tank pressure nominal.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
First stage
4,
engine sequence
3,
initiated.
2, 1. We have liftoff.
Have liftoff. Falcon has cleared the tower.
First stage engine performance nominal.
Velocity 128 meters per second. Altitude 2.6 kilometers.
Guidance nominal.
Quadrant RF telemetry lock nominal.
First stage engine performance nominal. Nominal velocity.
Max Q. Vehicle passing through Max Q. Velocity 450 meters per second. Altitude 13.9 kilometers. Quadrant RF telemetry lock nominal.
First stage engine performance nominal.
Telemetry lock nominal.
Merlin engine performance nominal.
Coming up on stage separation. Stages are separated. Second stage ignition confirmed.
Second stage engine ignition nominal.
Coming up on fairing separation. Fairing separation is confirmed. Copy. Fairing sep confirmed. Vehicle velocity is 2634 meters per second. Altitude 117 kilometers.
Second stage engine performance nominal. Second stage engine performance nominal.
Yeah, guidance nominal. Velocity 2778 meters per second. Altitude 161 kilometers down. guidance nominal.
Falcon 9. Falcon 9 is a reusable, two-stage rocket designed and manufactured by SpaceX for the reliable and safe transport of people and payloads into Earth orbit and beyond. Falcon 9 is the world's first orbital-class reusable rocket. Reusability allows SpaceX to refly the most expensive parts of the rocket, which in turn drives down the cost of space access. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket that lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida on May 30th, created history. It launched two Americans into orbit, Hurley and Bob Beacon. They were on a 19-hour ride aboard SpaceX's Dragon crew capsule to the International Space Station. They departed from the same launch pad used by Shuttle Atlantis in July 2011. Also read, prototype of new SpaceX rocket Starship explodes on Texas test pad minutes after launch. The first stage booster rocket separated from the upper second stage rocket. It descended back to Earth safely onto a landing platform floating in the Atlantic. The Crew Dragon jettisoned the second stage moments later. The capsule then chased down the space station at speeds of up to 28,000 kilometers per hour. The astronauts entered the International Space Station on May 31st. This mission marks the first spaceflight of NASA astronauts from U.S.Soil in 9 years. It comes after the shuttle program was shut down in July 2011. After that, NASA began outsourcing its manned space mission launches, mainly to its Russian counterpart Roscosmos. In 2014, contracts were awarded to SpaceX and Boeing for them to take over this task. The US had paid a total of about $7 billion for the space taxi contracts. The first launch of the mission had been called off due to weather conditions. The astronauts along with other crew aboard ISS will support in-station operations, maintenance and research.
3, 2, 1. Liftoff of the Falcon 9.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Stage 1 prop is nominal. Stage 1 entry startup. Stage 1 is transonic. Stage 1 landing weird startup. Stage 1 landing leg deploying.
Falcon 9 has landed.
Falcon Heavy. Falcon Heavy is the most powerful operational rocket in the world by a factor of 2. With the ability to lift into orbit nearly 64 metric tons, 141,000 pounds, Falcon Heavy can lift more than twice the payload of the next closest operational vehicle, the Delta IV Heavy. Falcon Heavy is composed of 3 Falcon 9 engine cores whose 27 Merlin engines together generate more than 5 million pounds of thrust liftoff, equal to approximately 18,747 aircraft.